Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Supergirl issue 2. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 165, and that's show where I review all the comics I read this week in one show. So if you want to go check out those comics, it's annotated, that review, and all the exclusive comics are in the description below. And be sure, guys, to check out Motherverses. We have a new episode this week, and that is annotated. But let's start talking about Supergirl. So I read this issue digitally because I was able to read it digitally. So I am getting it printed, though. So let's start talking about this issue. With this issue, we continue to see Cyborg Superman. Is he Kara's father or not? That's about half the issue. Then Kara's like, no, you're not my father, and kind of runs away. We deal with some of the Cat Grant story in this issue where Cat definitely sees the promise of Kara, and we have to see if she has the self-confidence to kind of work with Cat Grant, kind of like the TV show, and then she interacts with one of her school friends that's there, and by the end, she has her Cyborg Superman story continue where he kind of like takes control of her brain and says, oh my god, this is my father, let's hang out, and that's how it ends, and her mother might be alive too, so there's a lot going on in this issue. So what I think overall, I want to talk about the artwork. That hasn't changed from issue 1. It's still very blocky. I do think the tone is a little bit too dark. I'm particularly not a fan of the art style. But talking about the story, there's glimmers I like about the book. I think Cat Grant's written very well, very much like the TV show, and I definitely liked her line and her kind of self-confidence booster speech to Kara in this issue. I thought was cool and was well done. What else did I like? That's kind of it, honestly. I guess, like, I'm interested to see where the Cyborg Superman story goes, but I didn't really like that arc that much in the New 52. Don't really know why they're still going with it. And there is the root of my main problem with Supergirl. It's trying to be too many things. It's trying to be the TV show with Cat Grant and her working for Catco. It's trying to be its own thing by her being in high school and you know, being in the science school, and then it's also trying to be the New 52 with her anger last issue, and now with this Cyborg Superman story. It's trying to be too many things, and it feels crowded. Unlike Supergirl, where it takes things from past versions of Supergirl, but makes it its own version. Here, I don't really feel like this is Supergirl's own version. I wouldn't say, yes, this is the DC Rebirth Supergirl, and I'm loving this version. I just don't think it has its own identity yet, and that is the biggest problem of Supergirl. I just don't know what to say about the series. It's very weird in that way. But yeah, I'm not very interested in the Cyborg Superman story. I do think it's copying the TV show way too much, and it just needs to find its own identity. It's the biggest, that's the biggest, I would say, complaint of the book. So for me, there's a lot of wordiness too, and a lot of exposition-heavy stuff, especially when Cyborg Superman is talking. It makes you want to skim over the dialogue, which I don't want to feel that way. This should be this kind of father-daughter discussion, if this is her father. So I gave this issue 2.5 stars. It's still not really grabbing me. Because it's Supergirl, I'm keeping it on my pull list for now, and I want to keep it on my pull list because I love Supergirl, but I've been pretty disappointed with the DC Rebirth title so far. But let me know in the comments below what you thought. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later.